Welcome everyone. It is Nero here at Dappcentre, the channel where you can find the best crypto projects and the best dApps where you can earn a passive income and learn about all the other things you can do with your precious little cryptocurrencies. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Now let's get to it, shall we? All right, guys, I am with Marcin with Eswapping.io. We are going to be doing a live AMA today. Thank you, Marcin, for joining us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, even though the market's looking so bad today.
Yeah, can't believe it, how just a few tweets could do to the market, right?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So, well, thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah,
We're
thank you
happy to
for having
have
me.
you. And so, Marcin, go ahead and introduce yourself, who you are, and what your position is with eSwapping, and then you could kind of go into eSwapping details a little bit for us, and then I'm going to start off asking some questions about your project.
So I'm Marcin, the co-founder of Eswapping. There's also Peter, who's the co-founder, and we're both the original developers for Eswapping. Kind of just came out as an idea that we found back in April on Uniswap. We've just been messing about with bots on and creating our own stuff, and decided to go with it for Binance Smart Chain.
Okay.
And I've I've been working as a software engineer professionally. So has Peter, and we recently hired Philip on our team, who's our UI developer. Yeah, we have a new release coming out tonight. So I hope that's going to be exciting. Since there's been a couple of delays, we found quite a few bugs, and since the AMA we had in the group, it was just ironing out bugs, testing and testing. So we're almost there.
Great. That's very exciting. I know you guys have probably been very busy on getting that launched. So kind of go into details more a little bit. What exactly is launching? So some of our viewers that may not know but what's going on, please let us know what's launching here tonight.
Oh, it's going to be we're going to be going on Matic Polygon network. So you'll be able to trade, limit trade all your coins on Phantom Network, Matic, and Binance Smart Chain. And that's all with just having the eSwap token on Binance Smart Chain. So you can use that one wallet universally as long as you have the currency, the base currency for the other networks. And we're also adding to supported new exchanges, which are Hyperjump and or Hyperswap, and then Spirit Swap as well into our Phantom list. So now the Phantom one supports 3 exchanges currently, since people are kind of um, not kind of settling on one specific one on Phantom from what we've noticed. So we decided to cover a few of them. So that's pretty much what's coming out. And then we've added multi-threading. So now whenever you get a trade, for example, on Phantom, and then there's another opportunity that came up on Binance Smart Chain, it won't pause or anything like that. It's just going to continue, and it can do the 3 transactions even at the same time on each network if required, if that appears, for example, in a buy or a sell order.
Gotcha. So I know that got a little off topic there, but I got really excited when you said something about a launch tonight. So, but hey, thank you for that. So how
yeah,
did
no problem.
how did you get involved in blockchain technology? Kind of give us a little rundown on that.
So I've really been interested in like internet money since I was about 16, 15, or maybe even 14, I would say. And then in about 2013, I really got interested in Bitcoin. So I just like, I was doing like the faucets online, just getting free Bitcoins for watching ads pretty much, and then mining a little bit, which wasn't very profitable for me. And yeah, so many different things. And then I kind of cooled off with it, just forgot about it between 2014 and like 2016, and then I got back into it. Ethereum was there. It was a lot more to do, a lot more coins. There was a lot more mining coins, so that's what I was mostly doing, just finding the early coins to mine and then just wait until they hit exchange. That was kind of my thing back in the day. But moving on to like 2017, yeah, I was in that bull market. I held to zero. So then in last year or 2019, I got back. Finally, there was Uniswap on Ethereum, and that's since then, since the decentralized exchanges have appeared, I was hooked, and it was just a completely different game from then. And then I decided messing about, obviously, with bots and stuff like that, just to make passive income on Uniswap, for example. And that's pretty much my story, I would say, with blockchain. It was just I was experimenting. Mostly, I never really created any projects that went out there for the world. It was just a hobby kind of thing. With me and Peter actually messed about with stuff a lot on Ethereum, and it was just purely for us. And a lot of it was on testnet as well. So
okay. So briefly describe to our viewers what eswapping.io is and how is it related to the eSwap token?
Yeah, so eswapping.io is we kind of call ourselves a brand, and because we would like to have many different platforms and tools for our users under this brand name, but also have the eSwap token as our utility token for that platform. If there's any changes that need to be made, there's the community votes. Only holders would be allowed to vote. Then, for example, we're on our roadmap, we have a launchpad. So we're thinking there's a minimum criteria to hold specific amount of eSwap. And then obviously our existing limit order bot, it requires you to hold eSwap to use it pretty much. So it's sort of like a license where one day you can get it cheaper, the other day you can get it more expensive. And it's going to have 3 tiers. So there's tier 1, tier basic is just 100 eSwap tokens, and it allows you to only trade on Binance Smart Chain, whereas the second one is Pro, and it allows you to trade on every network, but not simultaneously. And then the Elite one, which will allow you to just trade on every single network at the same time.
Great. So I know you've already touched on a lot of the features already regarding the eSwap token, but why would anyone want to invest in your project? What other features, or what would you say is what's going to draw investors to this project?
So currently I'm focusing on past our software. I'm focusing on doing the staking for us. So it's pretty much, now we are tied to BNB token. So I'm thinking that has a lot to do with investors pretty much losing their money because the price goes down along with BNB price. So we're thinking of adding a BUSD pool for the pancake swap and incentivize the investors that decide to put liquidity pool tokens, and then provide liquidity for a stable coin pretty much. That would then also grant you usage of the bot. So if you provide liquidity, you also be able to use the bot and also get some free swap during that period that you're contributing that liquidity. And then for the launch pads, there might be the way we're doing it. It's going to be first just like a KYC kind of launch pad where so it would cost you, say you have to have 100 eSwap in your wallet, and if you secure yourself for that time, that means you can participate in the launchpad in the future whenever it comes out, and it could have some valuable projects since they're all going to be KYC'd, and obviously you will need to be the holder. So I think that's one of those, and then as well as that, the bot pretty much helps you, well, let you earn money if you set it up right. So you can set up your buys and sells, how much you want to hold, stop loss, and so on, and then you can go to sleep and maybe buy some dips or sell at your target prices. Some of it, but then also the other benefit is that we're not only on Binance Smart Chain, we're branching out to other chains, and we also will actually have Avalanche coming as well, not in this release, but in the next one. So people will see it in the config that it's there, but it's coming soon. So yeah, we're also actually thinking of Pulse Chain whenever it comes out.
Oh, really?
So it's going to be pretty exciting, I think, with Pulse Chain.
That's exciting. That's awesome. So you did mention earlier about the roadmap. So kind of tell me a little more. How's the progress going on the roadmap? What have the results been so far, and have you had any setbacks?
Yeah. So on the roadmap so far, we're kind of we're going ahead of ourselves. Where we wanted to complete some things in Q3, but we pushed them back and we changed some of our priorities. But in terms of the bot functionality, as we have it on the roadmap to keep getting better, supporting different chains, it's working so far. We also have the bridge on our roadmap, which we're working. We're talking with Eswapping to do the bridge. So I'm thinking also for Matic, we might do our own bridge in terms of you might just move from from Binance Smart Chain to Ethereum, and then the Matic wallet itself already has a bridge built in, so you can move any ERC20 token onto Matic. And that's one of our plans as well. That's on our roadmap pretty soon. So I'm working through it all with the guys. There was definitely loads of setbacks and things that we had to go and rethink completely because they just weren't feasible for so many users, or they weren't user friendly. There was loads of changes, and maybe we had to kind of include them in our roadmap just to pretty much take the progress, because people were firing suggestions at us, and they were most of these suggestions were considered and added into our new release. So we're constantly keeping a list of all the suggestions. We think that so far we're on track with our roadmap, and I think that with Q3 coming, we might have some of the stuff from Q3 already cleared very soon. So I'm looking forward to it, and then we can get through this roadmap of 2021 and get into another one, get into another year of setting our goals.
Awesome. So what is Eswapping's IO's plan for attracting and expanding communities, increasing and how are you going to increase the trading experience for the investors?
So what are we trying to do with the attraction and the experience for the user is we're trying to remove all this file editing where you were having to edit JSON files and seeing just a terminal, all that kind of stuff. And you would edit this JSON file and then say you forgot a comma, and that would create problems for people. What we've been doing so far is just making it more user friendly and more nice looking pretty much. And we've also collaborated with a Matic project called POLONIDEX. So they actually are integrating our configuration into their UI. So now you will be able to look up your portfolio in a tracker, pick a token from that portfolio, and just set up the parameters and download that config, which you can import straight into our software. And that way, that removes all this hassle of having to get the contract address, pasting it in, getting the right symbols, making sure you add the correct decimals, All that stuff is we're pretty much looking to go as easy as possible. And then, of course, a lot of people were suggesting to have mobile and web client. So this is something to do with securities, like security issues for now, that we wouldn't want this to be on a web client or on a mobile device. But for the future, we definitely want to add that, since even Philip has been already testing this on mobile and on a web page. So it's like a web app pretty much. But yeah, it's nowhere near ready for that, we would say, in terms of security, because it's just something you allow control to your wallet pretty much that you're trading from. So we would not like this to be typed in on a web page somewhere, and maybe you'll get a DNS spoof or something like that, and then suddenly your I don't know, your wallet gets hacked or something like that. So we don't want any of that hassle, and we're making it as user friendly and as most as attractive as possible. So very soon you will have the whole log will be displaying in the UI instead of the terminal console.
Yep. I actually agree. I think a big reason why swapping apps are exploding right now is because of the userness friendliness. Like, just it's very easy to use. When it comes to actually like trading the old-fashioned way, spot trading, like on a chart, you're looking at a graph and you're looking at all these things. It could get pretty intimidating to some of to a lot of investors. And when you're looking at, you know, like a Uniswap type of features, it's really easy and it's very attractive.
Exactly. Yeah.
So can you tell us if your project has been audited? As we know, smart contracts are vulnerable to hacks, and to carry out an audit costs a lot of money. So is your project, has it been audited yet?
No, our project hasn't been audited in terms of the contract itself. We were talking to a few audit groups, but we're sort of, it's sort of not where we would like the audit to be in the contract itself. We think that, yeah, we can do it if the community wants it. That's no problem. We'll pay for it and get the audit done. But in terms of the actual limit order bot itself, that's where we want to get our audit done eventually. But currently at this stage, we're constantly iterating on this code, and it's changing every day. And since we've added the multi-threading, it's just been changing a lot. You have to, I'm not going to go into technicals here, but I know Philip is doing a lot of work with that. And once we have the full stable version that everybody is satisfied with, and most bugs are cleared out, and we're no longer in a beta, then we're going to get our code fully audited. And then we would like to copyright it and put it and pretty much put out the code open source, but with a license, so that you wouldn't be able to copy it.
Okay, gotcha. So what strategies does Eswapping.io have to add value to the eSwap? What do you predict the price to be, let's say, 1 year from now?
The strategies themselves, the main strategy is to hold the token. So what we want our users pretty much to do is buy the token and just hold it to use all our utilities, like the bot, the future launchpad, get the LP incentives and all that kind of stuff. That's pretty much what the main goal of the value going up is just to hold the token and trade all the other tokens, but use the eSwap as your license to use the software. And therefore, the more people get the product and actually use it, then the less tokens there will be for sale and in the liquidity pool. Therefore, the value of it will go up. But in terms of predicting the price of 1 year from now, it's pretty hard to say, because a lot can happen. Even we seen today, it was just or even yesterday, and over the last week, it was 1 hour and the whole thing flipped. So that's just the way it can be in crypto. But if we're talking, maybe we can talk about market cap. We're thinking, if we noticed like our competitors, for example, then we can easily get to 20 million market cap for eSwap. I wouldn't want to be setting too high of a goal, but I think we can do better than that, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, folks. We got Marcin here with the Eswapping.io. Thank you for joining us for this AMA, and I'm very excited to see what Eswapping has for the future. I'm going to be following this project very closely. So thank you, Marcin, for joining us. And also to our viewers, we have other projects we're also going to be talking about today. We're also going to be doing more reviews and probably be doing more videos, hopefully, for Eswapping here in the near future as well. So if you have not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications, so that way you get notified every time that we go live and when we post new videos. So thank you guys all for tuning in. It is Nero here at Dappcentre saying so long and enjoy the rest of your day. Adios.